there were 6 Valentine bags. Each bag had 5 Valentine cards inside. How many Valentine cards were there? So Taylor, tell us what you did to solve this problem.
I do the bags, and then I do the circles, and I do the circles, and then I went back and did the numbers.
Okay, tell me about the circles. How many circles did you draw?
I drew
In each bag. How many circles did you put in each bag?
30.
In each bag? This bag has 30 circles?
No.
5. Okay. So then Miss Henry wanted to know how many Valentine cards were there. So how did you figure that out? How did you find out how many Valentine cards there were?
I counted by ones all the way to 30.
Okay, show me how you counted.
I counted by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
All right. Did anyone use Taylor's strategy? Did you use Taylor's strategy, Caden?
Yeah, not on my first one. I did it on my second one.
On your second number set, you used Taylor's
Yeah,
strategy?
I did.
If you used Taylor's strategy, clap one time.
I used the Taylor strategy, but I got 29. Me too.
So if you got 29, what do you think that means?
I got 40.
You got 40? So what do you think that means?
My answer was not right.
So maybe you should go back and do what?
Do it again.
Count again. Because it's always a good strategy to go back and count to recheck too, isn't it? Yeah. All right, we're going to move Taylor's over here. We're going to look at his again in just a moment. Oops, let me get that where we can see it. All right, Rachel had the same problem with the same number set. Rachel, tell us what you did.
First, I drew all the squares and then circled it because that was one group. And then I draw the circle, the second group, and then I draw the third group, and then I draw the fourth group, and then I draw the fifth group, and then I draw the sixth group. And then I said 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm writing my answer up here.
Okay. All right. So let's look at Rachel's and at Taylor's. We've got Taylor's right here, and we've got Rachel's right here. What do you notice about their work that might, let's compare and contrast them. What might make them the same? Let's talk about what makes them the same. Chloe, what makes them the same?
There's 5 in each one, and on this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which one?
On this, on 5.
Comes this one right here. You say there's how many there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they did them differently because Rachel circled them and Taylor put the box around.
Okay. Did they both make bags and put cards in the bags though?
Yeah.
So does that make them the same or different?
The
What makes them the same?
But yeah, they both put it the opposite way because there's circles. There's a circle.
Are you talking about Taylor's?
I'm talking about both.
Oh, okay.
There's circles in. Well, can I come up?
I think I see what you're saying. I think you're saying Taylor drew boxes.
Taylor drew boxes and there's circles inside of it, but Rachel's is the opposite
Circles
because
inside.
hers has a circle around it and hers has squares inside of it.
Okay, so that does make them opposite. I understand that. But when we're looking at the math part, right? The math part. Chloe was telling me that they both drew the bags and they both drew the cards inside the bag. So, and you guys said, Brantley, you said that was what?
The same.
The same. Now I want you to look, Taylor and Madison and Noah, I want you to look at their counting. Who can tell me how Taylor counted? How did Taylor count? Eric?
By
counting compared to Rachel's counting? What do you think about that? Kaden, what do you think about that?
They're the same.
Are they the same if he counted by ones and she counted by
No,
fives?
I mean they're different.
They are different. So which count, did they get the same answer?
Yes.
Haven, did they get the same answer? Yes. Grady, which counting do you think was a faster way to count? Which one is that? Taylor's or Rachel's? Do you remember when Taylor counted? It took him a long time to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It didn't take a long time.
But Rachel knew had some schema, what she already knew about numbers, about counting by fives, that made hers go a little what? Faster. All right, one more real quick we're going to look at. Thank you, Rachel. Pull it down. Come over here, Teacher Sandy.
She said 5.
All right, let's see. Sandy, tell us what you did.
I put it the bag and I put it 5 cards in each bag and it counted 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then I boxed my answer.
Let's look at Rachel's and at Sandy's for just a minute. Is that dark?
No, it's
All
good.
right. All right. So, Sandy, I want to know about this part. Here is Rachel's 5. Where is your 5 over here, Sandy?
Right here.
That number? She used that number to represent 5. Was Sandy thinking pictures or numbers when she was...
Numbers.
Do you see how she notated her number thinking?
They're the same, but they did the same thing.
What do you mean they did the same thing?
Rachel said 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and her did the same thing too.
She did the same thing too. But look at Rachel's. Rachel has the what drawn?
Squares.
The cards, doesn't she? Did Sandy need to draw the cards to help her?
No.
Rachel, do you think next time you would need the cards to help you? Or do you think you could use Sandy's strategy?
I used Sandy's strategy.
Taylor, what about you? Do you think next time, you would have to count all of those by ones? Or do you think maybe you could use Rachel's strategy?
Or Sandy's.
Or even Sandy's strategy?
I'll do Sandy's.
Is there anybody else that thinks they could use Sandy's strategy next time? Great job. All right.
Yes, everybody.
Good job, guys. Thank you.